Hello, welcome to week 15, J&J Express Sports Beat. I'm your host, Brett Butler.
And I'm your host, Jeffrey Scher. We're coming to you live again from the Changing Times Ale House in East Northport, Long Island, home of the world-famous Wings. Just a small recap of week 14. Both Brett and I were back on the winning ways. We both went 10-6. But with the locks, I went 3-0 in the locks, and my friend Brett over here, he only went 1-2. That's okay. A couple of recaps from last week. Arizona, 7 turnovers against San Francisco. What's going on with that? 5 fumbles. New Orleans barely holds on against Atlanta. Cleveland, we both picked it, an upset of Pittsburgh. Cleveland was underdog by 10. They won outright. Indy rolls on, keeps going on and on here. Minnesota bounce back win against Cincinnati after that loss against Arizona. So we're going right to week 15. Here's the schedule.
Bounce back loss.
Yeah, right. So Thursday night, you got Indianapolis 13-0 at Jacksonville 7-6. Jacksonville's getting 2.5. Who do you like in this game, Brett?
I like Indy on this. A lot of people, they don't know if Manning's going to start and whatnot. I think they're going to go for the undefeated season as long as they can. Until they lose, then you'll see some reserves. But I'm going to take Indy.
I also like Indy. Jacksonville's horrible at home. They're 2-5 against the spread. Indianapolis, hey, look, Caldwell said they're going to play the starters like it's like week 1, so I like Indianapolis as well. Saturday night, you got Dallas 8-5 at New Orleans 13-0. Dallas is getting +7. Hey, after that poor showing against Atlanta, I got to take New Orleans at home. Dallas isn't showing much. Their record in December, come on, they got December woes all over the place. Yeah. I like New Orleans at home against Dallas.
Yeah, I'll take New Orleans too. Tony Romo, I think he should put on that pink jersey that Jessica Simpson used to wear in December. But
I'm going to give him some luck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Dallas is not playing well in December, so we both like New Orleans here. New England 8-5 at Buffalo 5-8. Buffalo's getting +7. Who do you like in this game, bro?
I like Buffalo in this. Week 1, they lost by a point. They gave up 15 points in the fourth quarter. New England's been playing sketchy on the road, especially at 1-5. So I'll take Buffalo and Fitzpatrick.
I gotta disagree with you on this one. I like New England. New England is 4-0 against the spread. Last 4 at Buffalo. And New England, not a good road team, but Buffalo's not a good home team. So I definitely like the two. I like New England here.
Buffalo has been getting crushed by New England at home.
Yeah, so that's why I like New England. Arizona 8-5 at Detroit 2-11. Detroit's getting 12.5. Who do you like in this game, Brett?
I like Arizona to bounce back. They had 5 lost fumbles last week, 2 interceptions. One was sacked 4 times. I like for them to bounce back. Culpepper's still starting for Detroit, so I'll take Arizona.
I like Arizona also. Terrible loss for Arizona Monday night against San Francisco. Detroit didn't even show up against Baltimore. I don't expect them to show up for the 15th week of the season against Arizona. They're going to show no mercy against Detroit. We both like Arizona. Miami 7-6 at Tennessee 6-7. Miami's getting 3. This is a tough game to figure out because they're both evenly matched. But I definitely had to go for Tennessee in this one because they're at home and their offense seems to be showing a little more than Miami.
Yeah, I like Tennessee too. Miami hasn't won 3 straight all year. I don't look for him to do it now. Chris Johnson, I think, will be too much for the Dolphins' run defense, which isn't bad, but I don't think this week's going to be their week.
Yeah, Vince Young is probable also for Tennessee. Cleveland 2-11 at Kansas City 3-10. Cleveland's getting +2. Who do you like in this game?
I'd say Kansas City. I know Holmgren's been visiting Cleveland, which might give him a little spark, but I don't see Cleveland winning 2 games in a row, especially in Kansas City. I'll take Kansas City.
Now, this is one of those games that nobody cares. Cleveland had a nice win against Pittsburgh, as we said earlier. Cleveland's respectable on the road at 4-3 against the spread. I got to tell you, I like Cleveland in this game. I said they definitely showed something against Pittsburgh. I don't see them letting down this week against Kansas City.
It's another one like Miami.
Houston 6-7 at St. Louis 1-12. St. Louis is getting 9.5. Who do you like in this game, Brett?
I gotta take Houston. After last week, especially, Schaub had 336 yards passing in the first half, and the new quarterback from St. Louis is Keith Null. He was coached by Ryan Leaf.
I know. I was gonna say 5 interceptions that game, coached by Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf is looking at criminal charges in Texas.
Really?
It just keeps getting better and better for him. Schaub should have a field day in this game against St. Louis. I mean, what do they have to play for except maybe the first pick in the draft?
Exactly.
So I like definitely Houston to roll all over later points, and Houston on the road is actually better, 4-2 against the spread. Atlanta 6-7 at the Jets 7-6. Now this spread is Atlanta +6. It's in USA Today. Who do you like in this game?
Well, I was going up the pick 'em, but I'll still take the Jets. I think they'll down. I think their defense is working off of pride right now. They are the number 1 in the league. They let up 1 touchdown in the last 3 games, and Atlanta's kind of hurt right now.
I like Atlanta in this game. I'm sorry. Both teams have questionable quarterbacks. Big deal. The Jets beat Tampa Bay. Okay, so what? Atlanta almost beat New Orleans at home. I got to take Atlanta in this game. Got to disagree with you there. San Francisco 6-7 and Philadelphia 9-4. San Francisco's getting +9. I like San Francisco in this game. Philadelphia did play very well against the Giants on Sunday night, but San Francisco's 9-3-1 against the spread. I got to take San Francisco. You know, best record over here.
I like Philly in this. San Francisco had a great win last week. Unfortunately, they start playing when I think it's a bit too late for them. Philadelphia is on a roll. They won 4 straight, and they've blown out San Francisco in 3 straight in the last 5 years, I believe. So I'll take Philly.
So he likes Philly. Green Bay 9-4 at Pittsburgh 6-7. Green Bay's getting 2.5. Who do you like in this game, Brad?
I'll take Baltimore. I know their offense is very
No,
streaky.
Green Bay at Pittsburgh. Green Bay at Pittsburgh.
Green Bay,
I'm sorry.
Pittsburgh. Oh,
yeah,
right. Green Bay.
Green
Oh,
Bay's
sorry.
getting 2.5.
Maybe I should listen. Pittsburgh. I'm actually going to go with Pittsburgh on this. Again, I know they've played terribly against bad teams, but they've won against good teams. Minnesota, San Diego, Denver, they beat. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh on this.
I got to disagree with you here. Pittsburgh is horrible against the spread. They're 3-10 against the spread. Green Bay, they're playing well. They beat Chicago. They covered that game. I like Green Bay on the road.
I can't believe Green Bay's getting points. On
And
that.
Chicago 5-8 at Baltimore 7-6. Chicago's getting 10.5. This is the game I like Baltimore. Chicago's horrible on the road at 1-5 against the spread. Jay Cutler is horrible on the road as well. Baltimore's playing for their lives. I see them to roll all over Chicago.
Yeah, I look for them to continue their high points. You know, last week they had 47 points, and I look for it again this year. Chicago's eliminated from the playoffs. Cutler 22 interceptions.
Yeah, he's done. He's
I'll take
done. Stick a fork in him. Cincinnati 9-4 at San Diego 10-3. Cincinnati's getting 6.5. Who do you like in this game, Brad?
I'll take San Diego. Cincinnati beat themselves kind of last week with 11 penalties for like 85 yards. Palmer's back in California, Southern Cal, where he came, you know, his college days. But last time he was in California, they lost to Oakland.
I like San Diego in this game. San Diego also hasn't lost a game in December in about 4 seasons. I like him coming off that win against Dallas. I like San Diego. Oakland 4-9 at Denver 8-5. Oakland's getting 14. I like Denver in this game. Jamarcus Russell is back in for Oakland because what's his name? Gradkowski is injured, so I like Denver in this game.
Yeah, I'll take Denver too. Tom Cable said actually that Charlie Fry might be his choice for quarterbacks. So I don't know about that one either. But yeah, neither of them are Gradkowski.
Oakland was manhandled by Washington. Tampa Bay 1-12 at Seattle 5-8. Another game, who cares? Tampa Bay's getting 6.5. I like Seattle at home in this game. Seattle's decent at home against the spread 4-2, but Tampa Bay, terrible loss last week against the Jets. Didn't even show up at all. So
They're lucky they got 3. I'll take Seattle too. Freeman has 8 interceptions in the last 2 games. I look for Hushmanzada, Burleson, Branch to do something on offense, and you know, another East Coast team in Seattle where they haven't fared well this year. So
well, Sunday night, Minnesota 11-2 at Carolina 5-8. Carolina's getting 9.5. I like Minnesota in this game. Delhomme is still out. Minnesota handled Cincy at home very well. Minnesota's last game in a row was not pretty against Arizona. I look for them to bounce back nicely. They're going to roll over Carolina.
yeah, they did well against Cincinnati. Carolina hung around in New England, but if DeLong's back, that could be worse for them. So I'm taking Minnesota.
Monday night, New York Giants 7-6 at Washington 4-9. Washington's getting +3. Who do you like in this game?
I'm gonna have to take the Giants in this. I know Washington's been playing well. I think the Giants need this, and they're gonna come out on Monday night. You know, the big stage. I like Eli on the big stage.
Well, last 9 here versus Washington. Giants are 6-3 against the spread. I got to take the Giants. Now we're going to go to our locks. For my locks this week, I like Arizona over Detroit. I like San Diego over Cincinnati, and I like Green Bay over Pittsburgh.
I like Houston over St. Louis, Minnesota over Carolina, and New Orleans over Dallas.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's Week 15 in the NFL on the J&J Express Sports Beat. As usual, coming to you live from the Changing Times Ale House in East North Port, Long Island, home of the world-famous Wings. Hope you have a good week. We'll see you next week.